guys, so today I'm going to be doing a guide on how to 6-star a hero from scratch in one day. Now this requires having some stigma, as that's why it's possible to just do it in one day from scratch. If you don't have any stigma and no goal, it'll probably take 2 days like how it took me. So I just recently 6-starred Luna. Yeah, I just recently 6-starred Luna. As you can see, she's almost level 60, and I did this from scratch, and it took me 2 days because I had 0 stigma and no gold. Now, as to why I had no stigma and no gold, well, I had to buy penguins with my stigma and to sell for gold, and to use that gold to buy beam from the shop to try and pull Luna. So that's why I had about 13k stigma saved up. Now, I'll show you the first steps to do when trying to 6 stars. So you want to make sure that you have a good supply of wolves. So if you have the stigma, this will really boost up the process. So here's what we're going to do. You find the stage on one of the early maps that you need, that has a catalyst that you need. So let's say we want to work on Luna. What does she need? She needs ID, and she needs a Dreamtime circuit. Now, we already have the circuit, so we don't need to farm for that. But we need ID, so we look on the map where we can find ID, so we know that ID is on map 2. So we can look at the locations for ID, and then we pick whichever one best suits our needs. So I'm using 2-2 because it's easy and my carry Fodder can manage it. Even though it has some water element mobs, I'm using Kieran. He's still able to carry with a support. So it's also important to add friends who have good support units, and always remember to keep your support unit updated. Don't ungear a unit and keep them on support. Now, this stage has a path power loop and special alarm. Now, I don't really have any units that use special alarm, but let's look at path power loop. What unit uses that? Chloe uses that for skill ups. Now let's look at 2-3. It has the same, but to me, as you can see, the boss turns into water. On this stage, the boss is fire, so it's easier for my Kieran to carry. Now, if the boss is water, it'll be even harder for my Kieran. So that's why I'm doing 2-2. So do the easier one. Depending on what your carry is, your DPS carry. Now, before we get into the farming, let's take a look at some options for DPS carries. You want strong AoE heroes, so haste is good. Kieran's very good to me. I like him a lot. You have Vildred, who I don't have. And let's look at some 4-star options. You have Karin and you have Clarissa. So you have Clarissa, who is absolutely perfect. When she lands a kill, she gets an AoE attack with her S1. Her S3 is also an AoE attack. She's really, really, really good at fodder farming. To me, better than Kieran. How her reset works. So if you have any of those heroes, you can use them. If you have no AoE heroes like I did for the longest time, you can still get by with your single target hero. It will just take a bit longer, but AoE heroes just make it a lot more convenient and a lot faster. Now let's get into the actual farming. So here's what you want to do. I use 1 I use my AoE carry. And now, because I'm on such an early stage and it's really easy, if even stage 2 is too hard for you, you can go to stage 1. Even after I remember I just finished beating 1010, stage 1 was incredibly easy for me to farm. So even if you're really new and you're trying to get your second 6-star, it's possible for you to just farm stage 1 with only 1 carry. Now if you have no 6 stars and you're trying to get your first, you'll probably have to use more than 1 hero, but that's okay. Now let's look at this. So this is what I did when I was trying to 6-star. I would put 3 fodders, and now it's important to do 2-star fodders because you can get 2-star fodders for free with stigma, but you'll eventually run out of stigma. So you want to, but before we do that, let's look at how we can actually get 2-star fodders. Now you have your friendship points here. So if you buy a friendship bookmark, I'm sure most people probably have a ton of friendship points saved up since not a lot of people use them. So if you buy a lot and then you summon with them, this is one of the best ways to get 2-star fodders pretty easily. You also get 1-star and 2-star artifact fodders, and this is why they're useful. So you can use the artifact fodder to level up your artifacts, and you also get 2-star fodder. So friendship points, definitely MVP of helping you to 6-star your heroes. Definitely lessen the farm needed by a lot. Now let's get back to the actual farming. So what you want to do is you have your friend unit and you have your 3 fodders set up, and then you go into. Alright, so we're just going to go in, and it will be a quick run where Kayron's going to S3 first, kill the minion and get his attack buff, then he's going to AoE with his S1. Now the level 1 fodder dies really quick, so our friend unit comes out to help very quickly. You can also have the options of doing side stories, but there's some drawback to doing side stories over the normal adventure. Now side stories are the special event missions or stages where you can also farm for fodders and catalysts and event tokens, which you can use to purchase things from the shop. The downside is the stamina cost is a lot higher, and the stages drop less 2-star fodders, and also worse. Now this is the important part, it drops worse tier equipment fodder. Now why is this important? Because it also does not drop stigma. You will not gain stigma from doing it. So you see how I am getting 9 stigma. This helps slowly build up your stigma since you're repeating the stages a lot. In the side story, you don't get any stigma. You see these equipments, you get worse tier equipments. You get like the worst tier equipments in side stories. Now here's another helpful part about farming easy stages with a lot of fodders. I started out yesterday, so here's my Cartuja. I started yesterday when I was farming. My Cartuja had a level 1 boot, his armor was level 1, and his helmet was level 12. Now as you can see, they're all level 15. How did I manage that? I used all my fodder to help level. So you see these fodders I get, I just use them to level up. Instead of selling them, I use every fodder I got to level up my equipment. Now this is really, really, really helpful, and I cannot stress it enough how helpful it was to allowing me to plus 15 my armor, which would have costed me way more. I would have probably have to use arena points to get charms to do it. This saved me a lot of time and effort, as I could just farm and level it up while I farmed. I didn't have to go out of my way to do something else. So that was very helpful. Now I'm going to do the same here so you guys can see. So what do I want to level? Alright, let's level this to 6. Now this does cost more gold as... Alright, so let's level this. Now this costs a lot more. Gold than using charms. And as you can see, we use all the fodder, and we also get to level our equipment. Now, instead of selling the fodders for space, I rather just use them to level my equipment. It works out better in the end for me, and it's also very helpful because it's also burn our weapons. And let's see, we're not going to use the charms. I like to just use the fodders only and save my charms. So this is a repeat process of what we're going to be doing, or what you're going to be doing to 6-star your unit. You basically just farm with... You want a lot of 2-star fodders maxed and ready to be leveled. Now after you have like a decent amount of 2 stars max level, let's go down this list. If you had this list, all these units, all these 2 stars would be max leveled, all of them. And once you've done that, you would switch to max leveling your 3 stars. So let's find some 3-star fodders. Here they are. So we would max level these 3-star fodders. And we'd work on 3 of them at the same time. And once these 3-star fodders are max leveled, we would then switch and work on our 4 stars. So the 4 stars are the easiest. We only need 5 of them to be max leveled. So once you've max leveled 5 of them, you're pretty much done for at least 1 6-star. So once you've max leveled them, you're done, and you can work on your 4 stars. Well, you can work on your 3 stars and your more 2 stars. Now if you have, this is why I mentioned stigma before. If you have stigma, you can cut down a lot of the process, since you won't need to farm as much 2 stars, which allows you to work on max leveling your 3 stars. So this is the process. You want to max level a bunch of 2 stars, and then when you have your long list of 3-star fodders in your inventory, you want to max level all of them. Now you're just going to go down the list and max level them, max level them, max level them. And once you have all of them max leveled, you then refarm more stars, make them max leveled, convert them into 3 stars, and those 3 stars now are going to be fodders for your 3 stars that are already at max level. And once you convert all of your 3-star fodders and you promote your max level 3 stars, you have a bunch of 4 stars now. Now this is where it becomes easier, because you don't need to max level as much 4 stars as you did 3 stars and 2 stars. So these 4 stars are just straight fodders for your already leveled 5 4-star units. So this is the beauty of fodder farming. You get your catalyst and you get to max level your equipment. So due to, if you're following the equipment leveling route, you will have to make sure that you have a decent amount of gold beforehand. So whatever gold you get from farming for fodders will be most likely used on leveling your fodders, promoting your fodders, and promoting your units. So that costs a lot of gold. Just the promotion aspect of it takes over I think 1 mil gold. So you want to go into this with your own gold, your leveling gold. So you want to go in with at least 1.5 mil or 2 mil gold. And that gold would just be what you're going to use to max level your equipment. Whatever gold you farm will most likely be used to promote your fodders. Here's another part that I love, and that's not probably mentioned a lot. So depending on your level, you can use one fodder in altar 8, altar 9, or altar 10. So let's go with 8. So we'll be leveling one fodder. This is how I like to level my, let's say you're working on, actually we need to work on Hazel. So let's say you're working on a specialty change. You have Hazel, which needs fire, you have Lorena, which needs dark, and you have Razid, which needs grass. Now the specialty changes, the skill tree take a lot of runes, an incredible amount of runes. So since you're going to be burning your stamina anyways to farm them for your specialty change unit, you might as well level. Now these places are really good for leveling your fodder since they give so much EXP. So I use them to quickly level 4-star fodders. So let's see. I have no 4 stars currently, but we can use a 3-star. It really gives a lot of EXP. I mostly use altar 10, but for assuming you're at a lower level of equipment, altar 8 is definitely doable on auto. So let's go in. You go in with your DPS. I only have Luna. Luna is currently ungeared, so she's basically a fodder also. But I want Luna to also get levels since I'm trying to 6-star her. So I'm also going to use Luna and a fodder. Well, she's basically a fodder too, so it's 2 fodders. I'm not sure I can do this, but let's hope for the best. And you have Diana. If you don't have Diana, you can just use your Hazel. Works the same. Both buffers. So we go in, and if you have Clarissa, this will be even more easier since she has the elemental advantage. So Diana is buffing and providing shields to help protect my units. And then Kieran's going to be S1 spamming next turn, so he's going to quickly clear that. Did that just give me a defense buff? This 2-star fodder is OP. So Kieran's going to S1 and do quick work of these ads. And Diana's buffing again already. My Diana is really fast, over 200 speed, so she recycles her buffs pretty quickly. more often than not before they run out on my DPS. So now we're at the boss. So I think my Luna only has a boot and necklace equipped. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to equip her. But really you need a strong DPS and your buffer. If you have Tamarine, she can also work. If you have Hazel, she can also work in replacement of Diana. For Kieran, any DPS carry can replace him. He's not doing anything really special for the fire altar. And it's almost dead. Now, if I was just using one fodder, it would gain more EXP, but since I have Luna also, the EXP gain by will be a little bit lower, but is way more EXP than you can get from farming the adventure stage. And you also get a lot of gold and stigma. So I'm getting 12 stigma and 14k gold. But I also have guild buff and things, so the gold's a bit higher. But most importantly, we're also getting flame runes. So that's basically the process I use to 6-star fodders quickly. If done right, you can do it in a day of playing. This is just one day of straight playing E7, just playing all day. So you'll need to be pretty active on it. Most likely it can be done on a Sunday or a Sunday when you have some free time, and you can just dedicate one day to playing E7, and you can just burn through it and get your 6-star quickly. So let's assume that we use the week to play on and off. We can save up and build up our stigma, and once it reaches to Sunday, we'll have enough gold and stigma built up where we can just play all day and quickly 6-star a unit. So by just playing casually and then hardcoring on your free day, you can have at least one 6-star a week at the minimum, and that's for less work. So instead of struggling and farming all week for one 6-star, just play casually, build up your resources, build up your gold, build up your stigma, and once it hits a free day, you just all in and quickly 6-star your unit. So it's a rotation of, I use altars to level 4 stars since they give so much EXP. So I use altars to level my 4-star units, my 4-star fodders to max level. And I use adventure for everything else, such as 2 stars and 3 stars. Side story costs a lot of stamina, but I sometimes use it also to level my fodder. Since here's the thing, in some situations side story is more easier than the adventure map. Now you can see these enemy levels are level 30. It's a lot easier than the adventure map. To me, the 12 class one, the normal difficulty, gives the best EXP per stamina. So I normally run that. But let's give it a shot. Where's my Luna? Alright. So let's give it a shot and see how it goes. It really won't have any difficulty. The stage is so easy for your adventure, for your side story difficulty. Easy and normal really, really not a problem. The only downside is you get no stigma, and once again, the fodder trash that you get from it is really bad. It's like tier 1 gives no EXP. It's pretty much a waste to try and level with them. But if it wasn't for that, I would honestly prefer the side story. But sadly, no stigma, and I can't even level my equipment while I'm farming. So, and also you have less choices for catalysts. So the current the two event stages that you can farm, I really don't need any of the catalysts. Neither do I need the epic catalyst from them. So that's also why. But if you need the catalyst from the side stories, especially the epic, I would consider giving the side story a chance, but not burning too much stamina on them. But you can do it for a bit of your stamina. Let's say 6 a unit takes 1000 stamina. You would use about 300 stamina on the side story, and then you'd use the rest on the normal adventure map. But that's it. That's all. That's pretty much how I 6-star my units. If you guys enjoyed the guide, leave a like on the video and drop a comment. If you haven't subscribed already, be sure to subscribe. And if you haven't joined the Discord, be sure to join the Discord. Thanks for watching.